Welcome to a new edition of Showtime with Coop, insightful BS with my Laker teammates and NBA legends. And we're going to throw you listeners a curveball today. You know what? We usually we talk about basketball, but we're going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. And this young man, all the way to my right, Jake Uitti,
There you
Jake
go. Either
Uitti, Uitti, did something for me that I never thought could happen. And that's why we have Jake on. Jake wrote a book with me called Coop, The Making of a Showtime Laker Legend. And we're going to talk about that because, Jake, the one thing I want to ask you, why me?
Oh man, that's a really great question. Well, thank you for having me, Coop. Man, it's always great to see you. I love talking with you. Why you? Well, there's two reasons for why you. The obvious reason, from a basketball standpoint, is that you were one of three people to win 5 championships with the Showtime Lakers in the '80s. You, Kareem, and Magic. Like that's a trifecta. People talk about the big three, and we'll get into Boston, I'm sure, probably, but that's a trifecta. I mean, the wing defender and shooter, the amazing point guard, and then the all-time scoring center, and that deserves a book. The second thing is I'm drawn to stories. Like I grew up watching basketball in the 80s and 90s, and God bless him, I was never a Michael Jordan fan. I'm just not the person drawn to the number ones. I like the other stories, and you are like the poster person for those other stories. It's the glue guy, which is the type of person I was when I played basketball, and the person who did all the other things besides being like the main star. I love that. I did a book with Earl Cureton, as you know, a friend of yours who passed recently. And his story was all about like staying in the league, scraping and clawing to stay in the NBA. We all know about Larry Bird and Michael Jordan and all those folks, but I like the other stories too. So it drew me to you, and you're a very personable guy. You got a great voice, a great story. So I don't know, why not you?
Thank you, Jake. We just lost. I mean, you didn't. Robert Parrish did a thing on him, and we just lost one of my best friends, Michael Ray Richardson, called Sugar, who was banned from the NBA for substance abuse, but still was a magnificent player the years he played. Then he went overseas and had a tremendous career over there. Mike just passed away last week, and want to pay homage to him. But you contributed to his story too. What are the difference? I mean, I think the one thing that ties us all together in your mind would be what?
You, Sugar, and Robert Parrish, for example, just people that basketball fans need to know more about. It's so easy to see the highlights, to know the top 75 names, even though Robert's one of those guys. But he, for example, with Parrish, he was one of the people who sacrificed. He told a great story about being in a room with Red Auerbach, Larry, and Kevin McHale, and I think it was Red Auerbach. It was like, someone has to sacrifice here. Someone needs to do the dirty work. Someone needs to get the rebounds. Not everybody can score. And Robert said yes to that. And that's the kind of people I'm drawn to. And I think all of you guys are people like that. And Sugar maybe wasn't that in the beginning, but he certainly learned to become one of those people. And writing about and learning about his redemption, not in some grandiose way, but in some way that's like he lived a normal life and he had great kids and he had he was amazed that he lived to 70, and we're glad that he did. Those are the stories I'm drawn to because they're human stories. Basketball is kind of the reason to get into it. The Showtime Lakers are the reason people are going to buy the book, but it's you and your story that's going to make people interested after the fact.
Jake, that's the word I would use, is sacrifice.
Yes.
Again, Michael Ray was kind of like the sacrificial lamb, being banned from the NBA, but it taught so many people a great lesson, taught him a great lesson as far as his redemption, coming back and being the man after all that chaos that was going on. And as you mentioned, Robert Parrish, as well as Earl Cureton. So that is one reason, Jake, why I kind of wanted to do it, because of so many people, players, and not just basketball players, but people in general that are overlooked.
Yeah.
People don't see them as being a significant part of something special. And we're not just talking basketball. We're talking about in the corporate world, the car dealership, or wherever it may be, where you have to work with other individuals. And that's one reason that I really wanted to get my story out. And you did a tremendous job, Jake. And I'm going to be very candid with you.
Uh-oh.
I have not read the book. I've read like a chapter or two, because for some reason I get
It's
a weird
hard.
feeling
It's
about it.
hard.
But you know what? Everybody around me, Jake, my wife, Yvonne, my son, all my kids, people that I really, really respect and appreciate, said it is a wonderful book. Now, Jake, to show you something, I got Kareem's book.
Ooh.
Read. I have another Kareem book. I have Lisa Leslie's book.
Oh
I haven't
yeah.
read, and I have Magic's book. So, as well as Pat Riley. So, don't get offended by not reading it. I will get around to reading Coop. I promise you. I'm trying to save this for when I don't have anything to do, and I gotta just kind of reminisce through the books. But you know what, Jake? I just really appreciate you because everybody said Coop, it was so thoughtful, it was written so well, and you know what? I want to thank you for that.
Man, I thank you, and I want to thank you for that. You know, it's a little bit of a love fest here, but you didn't know me going into it. You took actually, you know, speaking of Sugar, he introduced us. He spoke highly of me because we did a book together, and you took a chance on me, and that's been important to me in my life, and just getting to know you, you know, and getting to know you and liking you and appreciating you, and that friendship is sort of where the book comes from. So we did it, Coop. We did it.
We did it.
We did
I'm
it.
not going to get too much into the book because we want the people to buy the book and read it to find out what's the gist of it. But the one thing that I really thought about the book, Jake, is that it was kind of therapeutic for me because I got a chance to go back in my childhood, relive some moments that weren't very kind to me. My dad leaving me. My mom had an issue with a boyfriend that tried to kill her. I ended up being raised by my grandmother.
Yeah.
And then as we got into it more, then we kind of skipped a little bit, but we got back to it. My brother being murdered, the year that I go into the Hall of Fame, all those things were kind of therapy for me because, again, you know, you have a tendency to suppress some things.
Yeah.
But there I got a chance to talk about it and talk to you being my therapist, and then you putting it on paper.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because you don't see necessarily all the through lines in your life as they're going. You know, one thing that I really loved, and I don't know if you told it to me or heard it on a podcast, one of these podcasts, but the book opens just a little bit behind the curtain with you talking about John Havlicek and how important he was in your life. Obviously, a famous Celtic. You're obviously a famous Laker. There's a blood rivalry there. And then we go through the whole book, hundreds of pages, and at the end, Paul Pierce talks about how he watched you and how you inspired his game, and he's now one of the most famous Celtics. So not only are the Celtics and Lakers intertwined, their players are inspiring each other throughout history. And it's like that's the kind of stuff you don't see when you look at your life day to day. You kind of have to take a microscope to it and write a book. And all the other things, man, all the other things that you survived, almost never being able to walk again. I mean, the list goes on about all the stuff that you overcame to become a Hall of Famer, which was just like amazing luck for the book. You know, the year that it comes out, you're a Hall of Famer. Your number's getting retired. So you know, it's been the year of Coop. How does that feel for you, man?
It's different. It's different. It has opened many more doors. But you know what, Jake? The one thing that I appreciate about you writing the book is that you're touching not just that basketball fan or the sports fan. You're touching an ordinary person because some of the life lessons I have, and I talked about Coop's 5 Ds in the book, can help anybody anywhere.
Absolutely. There's, you know, my parents are medievalists. They studied French and they were like Ivy League people. And reading the book, my mother said that it's like a hero's journey, and I didn't think about that until she put it that way. And I've written 7 of these books now, and the story from growing up and all the stuff that you had to overcome, your mom, her boyfriend, and then being a 5-time champion and Hall of Famer, that is like Gawain the Green Knight. You know, it is these stories that are from the 1700s of these triumphant heroes, you know, and that is, you know, your life in many ways, and certainly a much more wild life than I lived and that most people live. So to see that through your eyes, to hear that through your voice that we put together, I think it was so fun to make, and I think people will love it.
And you know what I got a joy out of, Jake, when we were talking about those old Laker Celtic rivalries and some of the behind the scenes. We're not going to divulge too much of it. I enjoyed that because I always enjoyed kicking the Boston Celtics ass. You know, it brings me so much joy to say that because my co-host Nick He is
Uh-oh.
a pure Celtic fan. So he would get a kick out of reading the book because there's some things in there we talked about that'll give you a fresh look on why we were able to stick foot up in the Celtics' ass.
Oh, come on.
You guys infused more talent late in the decade, and the Celtics had a little bit of bad luck, maybe a lot of bit of bad luck, a lot of bit of bad luck.
No, Al.
Is Robert Parrish coming on this podcast? What's going on?
Robert Parrish is not walking.
No, he's not.
We need Cedric Maxwell on here because he's the one that was the mouth of everything.
There's also some other behind-the-scenes stories that Coop told in the book too. Maybe not all of them, but there's one or two other behind-the-scenes stories that maybe aren't on court stories.
Give us one. A taste of what the reader.
Well, we'll talk about the Boston Day Massacre in 84 or 85. That first game that we got drilled. I go into great detail on how Pat Riley took us into a hotel room and just rolled us the riot act. But it was more so just watching video over and over, and every time you made a mistake till you got to the end, you had your head in your hands, and all he did was just. Well, we won't say what he did. You got to read the book after what he said to us. But it was that was a magical moment for me because that was our breakthrough in beating the Celtics.
Did you have to game plan for Scott Wedman next game?
Well, we had figured he shot his wad, so he wasn't going to shoot that one. So, Jake, before we get too distorted on other things, what's next for you?
Well, the Robert Parrish book just got finished. I just saw the book jacket for it, and it looks good. I also did a book with Jason Terry, and so that's going to come out in the spring as well. You know,
Is that Jason from the Dallas Mavericks?
Yep. Jet Terry.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, it is good. He's a really good storyteller. He rivaled you, Coop, with his stories. And then I don't know, looking for what's next. If Robert Ory's listening, maybe he wants to do a book. I would love to work with him. But you know, whoever else who's out there, I'm always open to it.
Jake, what about Kevin McHale? Come on, Kevin McHale.
I'm open to it. I talked with Kevin. He did the foreword for Robert's book, and I was actually texting with him for Jet's book too. I'm open to it. You know,
Kevin will be great. Daniel will be great.
Oh, man.
No more Lakers.
No more Lakers. Rick's putting his foot down.
No more Lakers.
No more purple and gold.
That's it, man. You know, Kevin McHale will be a good.
He would be good. He's a great storyteller. What a long career too. You know, coaching and everything else.
Yep. But Coop, I was saying, we got to get an audio book because Coop's voice
is man,
recognizable.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I used to hear him squeaking. I'd be like,
and Nick, that's why I don't want to write it. My voice, I think I have a terrible voice. Terrible.
Oh man, great voice.
Everyone thinks that. Everyone thinks.
Yeah.
No, listen, my voice isn't all sultry like Jake's voice, real dark, and you know, it's raspy, smoky that can tell the story the right way.
Very Barry White, you know.
Well, if you do the audiobook, Coop, you're gonna have to read it. So maybe that's the compromise.
Jake, we'll just clone his voice. We can clone voices now.
Oh.
Hey, with AI, you can do anything now.
Let's do it.
Man. I was telling Coop last week, it looks bigger than the King James Bible. I mean, there's a lot of information in this book. He only played 12 seasons. Come on.
It is quite a story. It is quite a story.
How long did Jason Terry play? Jason played a while, didn't he?
19 years. Yeah, 19 years. Yeah,
would be fascinating to hear. I mean, I would love
Jason
that.
Terry.
But Jake, you know what? We're gonna just pull you in this slime hole with us, okay? Right for a few minutes, all right? Well,
let's do it.
You're listening to Showtime with Coop. We got Jake on here who helped write the book, Coop, Making of a Showtime Lakers Legend. There's a segment on our show, Jake, that we have. It's called BSC. It's called Bench, Start, and Cut. I'm gonna give go ahead.
I was hoping this would be. I was staying up late at night dreaming that this was going to happen. This is the Coop specialty, man.
Well, here you go. Your dream has become a nightmare. Here you go, Jake. You gotta say who you gonna bench, who you gonna start, who you gonna cut, and you guys give us the reason why. You ready?
Let's do it. I'm so excited.
Bob Cousy, Tiny Nate Archibald, Steph Curry.
Oh.
That's
well. I think Tiny's got to get cut. I think Kuzi is coming off the bench. the sixth man of the year. And
say why? Why you cutting
Steph
Tiny? Tiny was a fireball.
Tiny was man, yeah.
Tiny was great. Tiny is a champion. Tiny influenced my friend Tim Hardaway at UTEP, former UTEP player. But Bob Cousy and Steph Curry, I mean, come on. Like, Tiny's going up against a lot of competition there. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter ever besides Michael Cooper. And
Coop popularized the three-point shot.
That's right.
Don't be kissing Nick's ass on this show. Celtics on there. You're supposed to cut all of it. Tiny was known as the first little big man that ever played in the league, man.
That's true. That's true.
In the league in assists and points, right?
Yeah.
And one thing a lot of people don't know is Bob Cousy was his mentor. He gives Bob Cousy a ton of credit because he coached him in St. Louis.
You want to rethink that, Jake?
No. I hope Tiny's not listening. He's an amazing. What a great nickname, also. But all right, Bob Cousy and Curry, they're like top 30.
I like that you're respecting Bob, because the whole plumber thing.
Houdini.
With that guy who's the coach of the Lakers now, who has a rough road ahead with LeBron coming back. That's going to be a fucking tumultuous mess.
Stop hating, Nick.
Is that Nick Bayless? Is that Nick Bayless over there?
Stop hating,
Nick Bayless.
Nick Bayless.
To clarify, Jake, you're starting Steph Curry, you're benching Bob Cousy, and you're cutting Tiny Archibald.
Tiny, go to the ABA. You're out of here.
Well, at least you're half and half. The Celtic fans won't hate you too much because Tiny was a Celtic too, okay?
Yeah.
All right, number 2, start, bench, cut. Karl Malone.
Ooh.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ooh.
Elijah Wan.
Oh, Malone's gone. Yeah.
Who's starting and why?
The starting question is a great question. I think I have to go with Kareem because as good as a defender as Hakeem is, I think Kareem could get it over him. I think Kareem beat him in the finals twice. Once. Yeah, once.
Once.
Yeah. So start Cat, Elijah Wan off the bench, and Malone. I mean, I actually grew up a Jazz fan. I was watching the Jazz Bulls. It's so strange. I like Stockton. I have an infatuation with Stockton as a player.
Jeff, you know what? You may not get your mail because he was a mailman. You might not get any more mail.
Not on Sundays.
I got a question for Coop quick on this subject. Stockton, was he as dirty a player as everybody says he was? Grabbing his
talking
balls?
to me?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Stockton was on a serious note, a very, very good basketball player. He, like Steph Curry, Bob Cousy, Nate Archibald, Muggsy Bogues, was a tough, one of the smaller men in our league that could get it done every night. The thing we worried about him is that we didn't want Stockton had the ability that Magic had. He made other players around him better.
That's what I love.
Mark Eaton, more of a significant contributor. Obviously, Karl Malone, and ran the fast break better than anyone else. So our main goal with him was not to worry about his scoring, but to try to get our hands up and keep him from getting 20 assists. Because if he got 20 assists or more, he usually won the game.
Yeah, I loved his quote. I remember he said he was never the best player on his team, and any team he ever played, he was never the best player on his team. And then look what that turned into, a Hall of Fame career.
That's a book, Nate. Jake, that's a book.
He's got one, unfortunately. Yeah, he's got one, unfortunately. I would love to work with him. But other than that, I think he's the greatest point guard other than Magic ever. Just by he's the number one in assists and steals in NBA history. I mean, what else do you want your point guard to do besides win championships? And that's Magic's department.
Well, you know how he's able to steal, because when you were dribbling the ball, you were so tall you couldn't see him, and he would come underneath you like Muggsy Bogues.
That's right.
The ball. But John was a great player, man. Very, very good basketball player. And who would have thought? Coming out of Gonzaga at that time, nobody knew where Gonzaga was. I mean, I didn't. I sure didn't. Mm-hmm. So good basketball players.
And one of those guys who's an all-star like his 5th year or something. Kind of took a little bit of time to get there. And it's staggering to me that he's number one in assists and steals. It's staggering. Like that's.
Let me ask you this, because we always talk about Magic and Bird. There's a basketball god that sends players where they're supposed to go.
Right.
With Bird wouldn't have fitted as well as he did in LA as he did in Boston, as well as vice versa. Could John Stockton have been successful with another player other than Karl Malone?
I think so.
You think so?
Not at the heights, because Malone was amazing. I mean, for all of the things you could poke fun at him and worse, like he was amazing. He was built like a brick wall, and he could shoot the mid range. He obviously could drive. He had a little bit of touch. So they were perfect together. It is sort of like a Magic and Bird together, on the same team, even though they didn't win any rings because of you guys largely.
I just think Stockton was made so many players better that he could have, Chief is not Karl Malone, but no one ran the fast break like Robert Parrish. I could see Stockton and Parrish playing pick and roll.
Wow.
Running the pick, running the break. I could see a lot of that. But
that's good. That's a good one. Parrish.
All speakless.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Parrish and Stockton now. That's a good one.
I mean, I could still. I mean, we watch big men run the break now, but I could still watch Robert Parrish run the 48 minutes of Chief and Bird running the break.
But you know what? Robert Parrish was a rim runner. In today's game, they run from 3-point line to 3-point line.
Yeah, you're right. And he was a rim runner. Absolutely.
Yeah. Robert was, and so was Karl Malone. A very good
rim runner. Karl was. Yep.
So, Jake, last couple questions for you before we got to go, because I know you're a dad and you got to get back to that and other things. Lakers, probably one of the best teams in the NBA right now without their best player.
Yeah. Oh, you think is LeBron their best? Are you saying?
Without one of their best players, yeah.
One of their best players. Okay, one up.
Lakers are having a great season. Where they 8-3, went to Milwaukee, beat them thoroughly like a drum. Tonight, I'm going to the game because I have to kind of work the game. I do a sweet event. LeBron may come back. How do you think his presence will affect the Los Angeles Lakers?
It is a great question. It's maybe the biggest question in the NBA. What is LeBron James going to bring to a team that's doing well? He's one of the 5 best players ever. He's older. Can he shoot? I think that's my biggest question. Is LeBron James going to be an outside threat? Because Luka Doncic is the second, third best player in the NBA. He's outside of Jokic, the best facilitator in the NBA. That's what you need, at least for regular season wins. Will LeBron James will it be LeBron James worthy? Will that be who he is? Will he finish? Will he run the lanes? Will he do those sorts of things and let Luka be Magic? Is that possible? I think so. I think that's what he's going to do. I think that's what he was sort of observing while on the bench. I think he wants to fit in. He wants to win rings. Will he? Does he care more about his kind of being top dogness? I don't think so. I think ultimately he's going to do the right thing, and I think the Lakers are going to keep running.
This is how I see it. With Austin Reeves playing so well, obviously Luka is the heart of the team right now. LeBron is still one of the best finishers inside. I don't see him shooting a lot of jumpers, although he can. Now, he showed that last year. I don't think that's going to fall off anyway because he's been practicing. That's one of his strengths now, the three-point shot. But I think he'll come back in and he'll know that the Lakers need a little bit more scoring punch on the inside. Luka and Reeves are virtually just perimeter players. They have Ayton is kind of getting it done down there. And I think where LeBron will fit in is posting up a little bit more, them delivering the ball to him on the inside, and he is virtually unstoppable. I know this is making Nick's skin crawl because he's a LeBron hater. But you know what? The Lakers are about to get their 18th championship. It's going to be hard. OKC, Denver, have to go through them. But you know what? By that time, the Lakers should be red hot. And what does a hot knife do to butter? Goes right through it, all the way to the core. And the Lakers will win their 18th championship. Will be tied with them dreaded Celtics. But you don't ever see them win the championship, not in the next 2 years. Well,
next year. What's wrong with next season?
Well, that's what I said. When Tatum comes back, they'll be competitive, but the East is only getting bigger and badder.
I don't want to get on a Celtics kick, and I don't want it to happen. But Tatum is trending towards a return this year. I'm not kidding. We were speaking with Kevin Durant earlier this month. We don't want it to happen, but he's trying, man. He's trying, and he's dunking already. Coop, I've seen him dunk already. So the dude is in full workouts. He's not doing contact, but I've never seen do you want me to give my LeBron take, or should I just
Nick, we always have LeBron take.
So my LeBron take is he's going to come back. They'll probably win if it's tonight. Then they're going to sputter because anytime you reintroduce such a high-impact player as him, you're going to sputter a little bit. Then the question is, does the blame game begin? If LeBron can really play the Wilt Chamberlain of 1969 or 1972, then you know what? The Lakers could win the title. But if he comes back and it's more distraction, which I'm sorry, the gambling, I don't want to get into it, but it's trending towards.
Had nothing to do with him. Just his name was brought up. What are you talking about, Nick?
It's his trainer. It's his guy, Damon Jones. I'm not going to say nothing.
When he was in Cleveland.
There's a lot of distractions. L.A. getting subpoenas for their phones and everything else from Adam Silver. That's a lot of distraction. So I hope the Lakers can withstand it. I'm not a Lakers hater. I am a LeBron hater, but I'm a Lakers lover as long as they're not playing the Celtics.
Well, we could say the same thing about Tatum coming back. Him being reinserted and he'd be a disruption. But
You're
you know
right.
what?
I agree.
All I want him to do is come back to his best because Tatum's one of the best players, top 3 players in the league, man, when he's at full course. So,
Coop.
Well,
Coop, can I ask you a start bench cut that you're going to get mad at me?
Sure.
Jordan, Kobe, Dr. J.
Jordan, Kobe, Dr. J. I start Michael Jordan because he is one of the greatest to ever play this game. And he created a different flair of the NBA with the fashion and his airness, okay? Second one's going to be hard. I mean, I love Kobe. I love Dr. J. I start Jordan. And
I thought you were going to cut Jordan. I thought Jordan was out.
I bench Kobe. And the only reason I benched it because him and Michael Jordan are like the same player.
I know, yeah.
Talk about that. That's what it is. Dr. J, but
it's a tough one.
No, I'm not cutting Dr. J. I'm making him my 7th man.
I thought you were going to cut Jordan. Just say, get out of here, MJ.
Let me ask, guys.
Michael was good.
Of course, but you know.
Don't give too much detail, obviously, but do you give more detail in the book into the Kobe workout?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's huge. Talk about that for a second.
No, we're not talking about that.
Well,
Buy the book, Nick.
Tease them, Coop.
No,
what are they going to get?
What? It was such an interesting time in my life because I had just retired and I was coaching and I still felt like I could play. I was only 40 years old, but we got into the workout, man. It was a very good workout. I did not know Kobe from another player. That was the first time I ever heard about it was when I got to the gym. Hey, got this young kid there. He's Jerry got him in. Jerry thinks highly of him, and we had 2 or 3 other players in there too. When we went through the workout, and we
lost.
Get a little bit more descriptive in the book.
Well, I'll give you this.
That's a good tease. That's a good tease.
Great tease.
It was all
in order to get that
said and done. I never sweated.
He's still going.
That much.
You all broke up. You broke up, baby. You broke up, Koopy. No one heard anything.
But
so you know what? It was a great tease for
great tease.
I knew who Kobe Bryant was.
Well, on that note, Coop, your service is killed. He's still going, Jake. Take him off stage for a minute here. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Oh, now it's just you and I. Let's see.
What? Finally.
He's still going. He's
still going.
Talking in the screening room. There he is.
Where'd you lose me?
Your Wi-Fi is all fucked up. So we're gonna leave that as a tease, Coop, for the book. I'm gonna have to close out this show, dude. The basketball gods have spoken.
That's right.
The basketball gods have spoken.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, Jake, it was classic.
Well, you know why? Because I wasn't supposed to be talking as much as I am. You have to get the book and read it and find out. Because Jake did a wonderful job of taking me through that whole time and trying to get through stuff.
Jake, we're gonna.
Is that my internet or yours, Nick?
That's yours, baby. Koopy, babe. Koopy doopy. That's your internet. Guys, that's Showtime with Coop. We're out of here.
Peace.
Check out Coop, the making of a Showtime Lakers legend. It is now out. It's on Amazon. It's
been
in your
selling well.
stores. It's everywhere. And hopefully soon Coop will put together an audiobook for us.
Good day, guys. That's it.
Bye.